Today we're continuing our Google Sites tutorial and we're going to work on our interior pages. So last time we built our home page and we inserted some links to interior pages, and today we're going to work on constructing our interior pages. So we have a different background picture on the title, another picture, as well as the story and some links. So the first thing we need to do is come up with our content of our story. So I went back to my Google homepage and I started typing out my story. This is another way that if you're working with multiple people, you can work together. Some people can be writing the stories while others are putting together with a website, and utilizing all of the Google apps to collaborate is a great way to get that done. So I started off with the location so it looked like a real news story. I wrote my little story, and then I actually found a link about the Tesla that went up with SpaceX into space. So I actually want to link this story to my story. So if I highlight this and I insert a link, I can paste that link in there. First thing I need to do is go back and grab this link, and then I can paste it into here and apply. And now I've got my link inside of here. So now I want to get this content to my actual page. So let's go in and grab my story, copy it, bring it over, and now I need to insert a text box like we did last time, paste it in. But now I want to put a picture over here to the left. So I need to move my story to the right. So remember, we can grab on the handle and it brings up our columns. We'll probably go to about there. And now we'll see if we can insert our image to allow it to have our astronaut. So I'm going to go and search for astronaut. And I'm going to find one I like. And I'm going to select it. And here's my astronaut. But remember, again, this is below where I want him to be. So if I want to move this guy up to there, well, let's try doing it the other way. Maybe I can't move images, I can only move text. So there we go. Actually, instead of moving my astronaut up, I moved my text down, because you have to have this 3 dots at the top to be able to move it around. So I'm going to move that over there. I'm going to click on this one. I'm going to enlarge my astronaut. And now I've got my astronaut with my story, and you'll notice the link is still there when we copied it over. So the final thing that we have to do is I want to change the background of this on my interior page. So this is going to have a different image on the interior than the front page. So I'm going to go in, I'm going to choose change image, select image. I'm going to search for a Tesla since it was a Tesla that went up in space. Kind of like that one. So I'm going to select, adjusting for readability, so it's going to kind of fade it out. And now I've got my car in deep space. I've got my image, and I've got my story. And remember to preview, we go up to the top and click preview. And now here it is. My story, my link takes me to the NBC News story. And then if I want to come back to my home page, I've got all my navigation up here at the top. So we have our other stories now that we need to go through and design. And as you've seen, there's lots of different ways to design, and you can choose which one works best for you on each of your interior pages. So we have really learned the basics of all the different types of things that we can do inside of here. The only things that I want you to notice is when you preview, you also have this little box down here in the corner. This is what your website's going to look like on different devices. So right now we're looking at a large screen or a computer. What's it going to look like if I view it on a phone? So it actually shows how it's going to adapt on a phone. And then what happens if I turn my phone sideways or use an iPad? Well, this is what it's going to look like there. So as you can think about it, as I look at it on a phone, I may want to adjust how I did my footer because it kind of creates that stacking. But this allows you to now look at different devices, decide what you're going to design for, and then you can make adjustments along the way. So I think we've learned a lot about basic ways to make a really nice website inside of Google Sites. I hope you learned that it's not that difficult and it's pretty easy to do. There's this great G Suite Learning Center and this Learn by Product sites. And inside of that, I did the Getting Started with Sites. So this gives you a lot of the things that we've talked about, plus many more. So please use that as a resource as well. Hope you're excited about the possibilities of using sites and to make your own website, and understand that it's pretty easy at the end of the day. When we are done and ready to go, all we have to do is hit publish, and then we're going to have the web address. This is what we put up here in the corner. So I have sites.google.com/allsaints.org space. Obviously, if a lot of people are doing the same thing, I should probably put my name in there too. So now I've got space Kern. So sites.google.com/allsaints.org.space Kern. And right now I'm going to make it so that only people at allsaints.org can view my site. And then depending on what you and your teacher want to do, you can make it anyone on the web, but make sure that you talk to your teacher and an adult before you go through and do that. So then I'm going to hit publish, and it will actually publish my website. So now I could go to my published site, allow the pop-up. So view my published site, and there's my published site right there. Sites.google.com, allsaints.org, space Kern, out in space, because that's the name of this page. But when I go to astronomy, it would have that. And then if I go to my car in space, it has that.